Hey everybody, we'll be with you shortly. Just waiting for our guests to arrive. Give us an audio check there, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everybody. Let us know if you can hear an echo in my voice. Echo, echo, echo. Mara, can you give us a sound check? Okay, that's good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be with you shortly. Hey there, Jesus. We're still getting the show started, so that's why I'm on mute. But we'll get this thing going here in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get this show rolling here. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the late start here this morning. We're getting going, getting the streamers streaming, the servers serving, getting those electrons excited up into a higher up as well. And so, was there that announcement was like I don't know, early this morning? Was there a dump in BTC or was there a pump? I don't know what time frame your chart is, so I can't relate.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is definitely a daily chart. So. Oh. Yeah.
Give us like the 5-minute chart here and let's see what's up.
Yeah, we'll check this out real quick. I think it's 15 seconds. So let's jump right here to the 5-minute. So give me 1 second here. Alrighty then. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. All right. So this is one of the things I think we find really interesting is that, so around 8 o'clock, and I think it was 7:30-ish, right here, where we saw the market drop. So let me real quick, we can pull that up here. Economic calendar, we can pull this up here real quick for this week, and we can see down here on Thursday, we'll do this here real quick. We saw the markets right here. Here we are, the isms, non-manufacturing, and payroll. And I just want to make sure. So we're Thursday, that's Wednesday. Come on, here we go. Thursday here. So we have PMI, and we also have the non-manufacturing prices. No, yeah, okay, yeah, crude oil inventory on a Thursday. Nice. I think it normally happens on Wednesday.
Hey, that crude oil's in there, Jimmy. Okay, Mortimer.
Well, the reason why that's important because I'm in the middle of a trade with crude oil, so I forgot about it.
We see where his mind is wandering.
Yes.
I saw the news that the Saudis and OPEC were kind of hedging on changing output based on the slow demand right now.
That's exactly. So sitting there seeing that with the slow output, then you should see a sell-off with crude oil and give you a good opportunity to go shorts. So short, not shorts, but short should step in and start to see the market kind of drop based off of that supply and demand imbalancement. So as us looking at the isms and how we're looking at what's actually happening, then also the jobless reports here is really interesting. One, that like the continued jobless reports, it's going up, but just at a slower rate, right? The initial jobless claims, right, is again higher, or excuse me, lower than, meaning if it's lower, it's good because there's less jobs, right? And so when that happens, that's that 5:30. So we can come back here to look at the market which should, if we're seeing a slowdown in in the economy, that's less money coming in. So that would mean then that we would see less actual buyers stepping in. That's 5:30. I just want to make sure. 6, 7, 8. So it'd be 8 o'clock, 8:30 here. So it would be right in this level here, 8:30. So actually, we really didn't see. We actually saw the opposite. We saw a push up in the market. So actually, this makes sense. It goes up to go down, right? So they push people up thinking, okay, because the actual fundamental level would be less money to buy the market. And so you saw it go down, but they first push it up to push down. So that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely.
They push it up to push it down. I hear that a lot on this show.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and I think this is so important to understand.
It's always right.
It seems opposite. I know it is. It was funny. I was on a show today, and literally the guy let me on, it was the Breakfast Club with Zach, and the guy, which he was talking a lot about stable coins, and we're going to have him on our show. He's a really smart guy, brought some really great, interesting points about the stable market or stable coin market. And I was like, dude, we were just talking about that. I want you on our show, and we can have a little kind of round table talking about potential situations that could be coming down the road. But he straight said, and I guess I'm blowing my own horn here, but he was just said, dude, you're really on point with your TA. And I go, really? He goes, dude, like, you're the best in the, like.
Ooh, look at this little self-congratulations here, Pedro.
It was. The guy was like, dude, you're on point, bro, with it. So I was like, all right, fair enough. Thank you. You know? And then I was like, also, hey, Zach, if ever you want to merge into our group, because Zach is talking about maybe changing some things up. I said, you're more than welcome to bring your subscribers and everybody over here.
Bring them by, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually quite surprised we don't get more people from his show. Both of us go on his show and talk, and we talk about our live show and all that. And I don't understand why people aren't inquisitive and at least check it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
It's probably because most people at heart are lazy, especially many of us degens. They just want to be spoon-fed, buy this, buy that, sell that. Moon.
Maybe. But it also could be maybe we're not funny enough. I mean, I don't like to sit there and blame the other crew.
There's barely any humor on the Breakfast Club.
I don't know, man. I can't think. But instead of blaming our people, I'd rather take the responsibility on, right? And say, okay, what can we do to make things happen?
Well, not our people. It's the other people. You think they would just say, hey, I've heard this guy talk about his crypto show a number of times. Why doesn't he come on? That either means they're lazy or our approach to talking to them is bad.
Yeah, it's both. I think it's never one thing or the other, right? It's always a mixture of both and life circumstances, and honestly, it just may not be our time yet, right? Maybe the universe wants to teach us. Maybe God Almighty, Yahweh Elohim, wants to say, "Hey, brothers," or "Hey, sons, hey, check this out. This is what you're doing wrong, and you got to grow in this." And sometimes it's just that, and sometimes it's just life. It ain't the time yet, right? So it could be just that as well. But speaking of Bitcoin,
hey Pedro, give me 1 second here. You go ahead and keep talking. The audio is going to work, but I got my camera thingy.
It's messing
flipped out, and I got to restart it.
No worries. So, it's actually a good idea. His beloved, I like that. I'm gonna call you HB. What's up, HB? I like that, his beloved. That's a little thing, cool thing right there. What's up, Constantine? I'm sorry, I can't see the I. I was like Constantine. I see.
We've seen him before around here.
I like him though. Every time let me put my glasses on. See, I normally have my glasses on, but I think I look kind of dorky with these things on, and so I don't really like them. But they do help. I gotta admit. So, but then
maybe it's time for some contact lenses.
Maybe, yes. But the problem is that they get all stuck to your eyes, and I only need them for really kind of reading. Everything else is cool. So if I gotta see, there's the eye.
Everyone, we have a new crowdsourcing issue, and that is to get Pedro a 100-inch TV in front of him, so he can sit there like.
Oh, You know, what's up with all them hearts? Look at everybody's giving me hearts and 100s. Y'all hurt my feelings here, man. Look at that. I'm crushed. I'm crushed over here.
Hey, Seuss, did the signal come back for you? I froze there for a minute and just had to restart my my feed, so everything should have been fine there.
Yeah, we'll see what's up. Yeah, hopefully, boom, there we go.
His beloved. His beloved kind of sounds like Hezbollah. But anyway, we got his beloved and Jesus the Savior in the chat. We can't go wrong. We've got God on our side. We've got God on our side. We've got Jesus on our side. Just as long as Mary Magdalene doesn't show up, then we're good.
No, she's good, man. She was Jesus' favorite, bro. You want to marry Magdalene, bro? Like, what are you talking about, man? You know, if we had Lazarus, we need somebody to have a Lazarus, you know, so he can rise from the dead. We could sit there and have some. Oh Lord, forgive me, Father. Please don't.
Father, forgive me. Yeah. All right, let's switch this up. We got some guests waiting here, and I am more than certain there's going to be an audio technical difficulty when I bring them on. So we're gonna might need a second to troubleshoot. We're going to need your help, audience.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed. We need
because the way I'm going to troubleshoot it will cause an infinite feedback loop if I do it. So you're going to have to help us.
Absolutely.
But anyway, this is the part of the show where I like to take a moment here to talk about our sponsors. Normally I'd run a commercial or something like that, but I don't have a commercial. I am the commercial today. and the why isn't this turning to the middle screen? But anyway, below me is the BidFi link that I would like all of you to sign up for. Why? Because it helps us. BidFi is an exchange that's become our partner here at DYOR Live for the DYOR Live show, and they were very generous and helped sponsor us for the show in Toronto that we attended, and so we owe them, and you're our viewers, so you owe them. Okay, I might be stretching that a little bit, but the good thing about BidFi is that from what I've been able to determine, they have pretty good liquidity in all their pairs, not just Bitcoin. And so you can get pretty decent fills. And also, we know their executive team. So if you have any issues, the customer service is almost instantaneous. This is not some no-name place where if you have a problem, there's nobody to talk to. I've met over Zoom the team there, and I'm in communications with them all the time. So we can guarantee you good customer service and a little fun. And what we want all of our people to learn is to learn how to trade the futures markets, and I'm not necessarily saying with leverage. I'm just saying in markets that go up and down, you don't just want to bet on the long on the spot market. It would be helpful if you're a short-term trader to also take advantage of when the markets are in decline. And then you can make money going both ways. And you can do that using a central exchange. And if you click this link and sign up, it really helps our channel out. I mean, I can't beg more than that, can I?
Please.
Please, for the love of God.
Click the link.
For the love of Jesus, the Lord and Savior, and his beloved. Click the link. Is that the most pathetic commercial that there ever was, Pedro?
Dude.
I invoke the name of God to sign up to a crypto exchange. I mean, how do you justify that? If this was a corporate thing, the marketing people would be like, "Oh God, he's so fired." You know?
We would be fired, dude. If we had a real corporation, that they would have got rid of us long time prior, dude.
I know it would have been just like this. Beep.
Dude, like for real, dude. Or more like beep, beep, beep. We're backing up. Beep, beep, beep. You know, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a campaign. Yes, we do need a new campaign.
We do need a new campaign.
He says feed lost. Yes. Beep. This is the part of the show that is actually my favorite part, and that's bringing on. Actually, my favorite part is going back and forth with Pedro, whether it's funny times or arguing a point. That's my favorite.
Oh, he's so sweet.
But the part that I get the most out of, though, because I like being my gregarious self and the interviewer self, is when we have projects come on or guests come on. And as many of you know, our guest today is the Awebo Token, Awebo on Base. And I think I'm getting that right? I tweeted that out, so I hope that's right.
Fingers crossed.
But anyway, Awebo, the guys from here, we have Mayor coming to us from Chile, and Dean coming to us, Dean Toshi, as I think he's called, coming to us from somewhere else. And normally we just go right into it. That shirt goes perfect with the God talk. What, striking balls? Kicking chumbalones in the nuts?
Oh, Chile. Away.
Yes, all the way from. Can you believe that they have the internet down there?
Dude, Chile's beautiful, man.
And Constantine's coming to us from Italy. My parents are in Italy right now. They're up in Maltacino, and on their way to Florence. So my cousin has a joint in both Maltacino and Florence. So they're doing that. Jesus says the last I heard, Chile was going to. I have the automatic thing to star out the words on the comments. So when it comes in, they might say that in your chat, but on this one, that is X'd out.
Oh, that's good.
From Luca Tuscany. Oh, my parents aren't far from you. Beautiful. They're in Maltacino. They were in Siena for a little bit. A very good friend of the family. Works for RAI TV. And is from Siena, but lives in Rome. And she is the announcer for the Palio, along with being a host of a TV show on, I think, Rai 2. I thought this was TV. Mature. All right, we've been dabbling on it. Let me see if I can bring.
Let's bring these guys on. They rock the mic, man.
I can bring them on here. It's going to take a second to bring them up. Dean, I thought was going to be on camera, and he is not due to his grandson. Be some young children floating around there, and we don't want to have. Awesome. Oh, look at that! Look at that! It didn't even work at all. Hold on, let's bring the voices up. Mare, can you hear me, and can we hear you?
I can hear you perfectly, Tom. But can you hear me back?
Yes, we can. Well,
the question is, can the audience hear?
Right. Can you guys hear him? Come on, fingers crossed.
Let's do this. Pedro, you and I stop talking for a second. Mare, go ahead and introduce yourself while and let's let the audience see if they can hear Mare coming to us from Chile.
Okay, no problem. I can start with the introduction and well, I'm from Chile again, in South America. It's very nice to meet you.
Perfect. I can hear him. He's good. Yeah. Sorry. You're perfect.
Yeah, okay.
The audience can hear him.
Nice. And we are here to talk about Awebo Token, right? So thank you very much for having us today. The Dean.
Hold on one second there, Merritt. So thank you anyway for joining us. I really appreciate it. But I'm having trouble for some reason with your guys' pictures, and I've isolated why it is happening. So I'm going to start you here on voice only, and while we're going over your project, I'll bring up your website, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, no problem.
And sorry about that. I really
sorry about that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Mare coming to us from Chile. He's one of the co-founders of. Hold on, I have Dean still on mute. But anyway, Dean, your mic is now live. Anyway, but Mare, I apologize for the technical difficulties, and we'll work through them. But Mare's the co-founder of the Awebo Token. I'll bring their project up here on the screen in just a minute here. And I've gotten to know these guys over the past couple of months or so, Mare. And I've enjoyed, they run a VC all the time in their Telegram, and so they're always available for you to talk to them. And so I did. I popped in and talked to them, and I found them to be a good team. No, they're not paying me to say any of this or anything like that. Pedro and I, they've done a good job bringing their community onto our show. And so I thought, well, I'll pay them back by bringing them on the show to talk about their project. And that's how they ended up here. And so, Mare, thank you very much for coming onto the show here. And I'd like to let you finish your introduction and start telling us about really how you got into crypto. Like I always ask my viewers, how you got into crypto and what made you want to start a project.
Right. Well, to continue a little with your idea, we found you as well we found DYOR, and we thought immediately that this program was incredible. So we started following it. We show it to our whole community. We say to them, this is going to be like our favorite program always. So we have to be there. We have to support because it will grow huge in the time. And I think that you're doing an incredible job. Starting from there, saying the great job that you do constantly is amazing, very professional. You guys are super sympathetic, your guys are cool. So nice from there. Well, how did I enter into crypto? Is that a few years ago? There is a very close friend to me that came and he explained me like how these decentralized economies work. Right? He teach me about this, and for me it was like a dream. You know, in my childhood, I was always thinking about how it could be an economy decentralized. It was like a fantasy, and today we found it on crypto. So I joined a project in that time. I got to bought it at the beginning, you know, like I found it like 2 or 3 days after it was launched. And I got there, you know, it was the CTO at that time, you know, I'm talking about 3.5 years ago or 4 years. So it was interesting. I understood that for the CTOs, the only thing about is the community. So we started like supporting a lot, or by myself, I started supporting a lot on ideas. I remember that before that, I joined into crypto. I was working on a magazine of tourism. So I told them, what about if we make a crypto magazine? And I started with that idea. The years passed, you know, the project was really small at that moment, and I get to transform into the leader of that project. After the years, the project went to 200 million market cap, you know, we had a huge community of more than 500,000 followers. That was my previous experience. It was really interesting. I knew a lot of people. Today, my friends that I work with on crypto, I met them there, or by the experience of being there. And basically that, you know, and after that, we have been trying to create more technology and projects on crypto constantly till today. Oh, I think there I am.
Yeah, I solved the problem here. And I solved the audio problem. I did it all while you were talking there. So, ladies and although I have you on the wrong side, I had your lower third over on the other side, but we'll just go with this for now.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. It's always I'm always interested to hear how people got started in this, in their first introduction to crypto. And obviously, people of different ages get started at different times. You know, there's people we've had people on the show say, "Yeah, I got started in 2010." You know, right when BTC launched, and they were like, I was one of the first. Our guest Caitlin Long was one of the original Bitcoin people. And I've had other people that literally have said, oh, I've never done this before, but my friends that needed help with their project, so now I'm a dev on a team. And so that always interests me to hear people's stories about that. But now I'd like to hear more of a story about how the Awebo token works. You know, its contract, the memes and NFTs and that type of stuff. And I'll bring your website back up for that. And so if you just say you want to tell me where to go on your website to show different things, feel free to do that.
Yes, of course. First of all, I want to say that your t-shirt looks amazing, bro. Striking balls.
The small print, kicking chumbalones in the nuts.
Wow. But it looks amazing, really. It's like you can sell that t-shirt. I'm sure many people will buy it.
Oh, that nothing in English we call that waxing my ass.
Okay, bro. How can I start this? Is that the last year in 2023 we. Okay, you remember that I was talking that we have a team, right? We have a team of around 30 people in Awebo. A little more. It's 32, 33 people that are international. They are all from around the world. I'm from Chile, but Dean, for example, that is here as well, that we haven't talked. Hello, Dean. He's from Canada. We have people from Italy. Yeah, from Italy, from Turkey, from Germany, Korea, other countries on South America. You know, it's a very international team, very decentralized in that sense.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing. You know, keep you in case there's nuclear war in one part of the world, the team will be able to keep going or somewhere else.
Right. Yeah, that's the point. And
my bad English jokes.
No, it's perfect. The more jokes you do, for me, it's better. I like this ambient. And well, we are a meme, so what we're looking into people to found is fun. It's fun, right? Like entertainment in the funny things of this project. But let me start with this. It's the 2023. We were working on a project in a DEX that it was like a bank online. It was a beautiful project that it turned so much robust that we needed too much capital to start it. So we put it there as a pause, and we said, okay, let's make another meme coin. I worked in the past on another meme coin, so we said, okay, let's do another one, but let's move to base, right? We made a strategy on the base, and we planned like, okay, what is going to happen when Trump goes president? It goes president. What happened with the regulations there? It is like I remember that United States in the past, it was like repulsing other projects because of the problems that they had there with Gary Gensler and everyone persecuting the crypto industry. And this could change radically with this new political posture, and it could transform into like a magnet for blockchain. So we said, okay, we have to start there first, and to try to find other energies, because in our last train we didn't receive too much support, even though we were one of the biggest tokens there. So we wanted to change the full experience from that. And what happened is that when we were thinking about the new meme, look, I prepared something for this moment. There is a bird, we have a bird on Instagram. That is super, super funny, because that bird lives on the tundra, in the mountains, and this bird says Awebo. That's the sound that it makes. It says Awebo, and Awebo in Spanish can go.
Hey, I'm gonna hold you for a second there. We're having some sound trouble with you there. Your sound is cutting out, and I can see on my end that your signal. You must be on Wi-Fi. Your signal's fading a little bit, or maybe not on Wi-Fi. Maybe using the data on your phone, but it just faded there for a minute there, so your audio kind of cut out. It's back now. If you could go back about a minute and start that over.
Yeah, no, this part is very important, so I have to explain it correctly. Our meme. It's a bird, okay? It lives in the tundra. It lives on the very cold mountains on the top. But this bird, the thing that is very special is that the sound it emits, it says Awebo, like the name of our project. It says Awebo. Look, I'm going to show you on the camera, and you can see. Check this. Can you listen to it?
Yes, we can hear it.
Okay, so this is very important, because this bird is saying Awebo, and Awebo in Spanish means let's fucking go. He's saying let's fucking go. So that for me was super funny. We said, okay, we have to bring this bird into on-chain, right? We have to bring it here, and there was no other project using it. We found another one on Solana that they found this, but they got dragged, so we were the only ones, and we are the only ones at Awebo right now. We're really, really proud of that, to have this meme in our platform. We didn't create this meme. It's already a trendy on internet. Many people follow it. They love it. It catches the South American people also. There are many Korean people that love this Awebo bird. So, in general, that was the inspiration, to start something fast, to make it I don't know, this reminds me a little of the story of Dojo. That Dojo was a real meme on the beginning, and then it went to the market of cryptos, and then it transformed into like what it is today, right? So something like that, like to have a real meme on the background, and to start with the centralized value as we did in the past. That I think that's the presentation for the things for the question that you made.
I'm still laughing about the bird. Awebo. And we see you brought your community here. Thanks to everyone from the Awebo community here. The way this works is that we don't just want Mayor to talk to you guys. What we want is Mayor to talk to all new people, including our existing viewers, but we need your help getting more. So if you're in other Telegram groups, take the link to this show, the YouTube link, and post it in the other ones. Be nice, don't spam it. Just if you're a regular poster in another group, post it in those other groups and say, hey, Mara's speaking over here with my project. Can you do me a favor? And come watch. And then we get new people, and then you get new investors out of that. That's what we like to see here. The word of mouth is spreading this to bring you the better thing. All right, Mara. I've got your DApp up here on the screen here. Many tokens have a DApp. Why is yours different? I believe you talk about an over-the-counter ability to trade.
Yeah, what you're looking right now on the screen is the P2P. We made the market P2P as a contingency for possible. I mean, it's a contingency for dumpings. In the end, it's like, for example, if you sell your tokens there, you are selling directly to another person. Like a transaction, so it's this prevents the dumpings on the chart, and at the same time generates volume. We created this. Not many people are using it at the moment, but we think that in the future, when we have more volume, it will be a perfect tool for the community to use it. Right? You will see there that people can put on. How do you say remate in English? I forgot the word.
In order. So if Pedro, if I'm correct, what I'm looking at is they've created an order book for their token that's off of the DEX. So if somebody wants to sell, they can match it up with an order with somebody that wants to buy without dumping the chart. Is it?
Exactly.
That's what I think I'm looking at. Mara, is that a correct analogy? Is that?
It's correct. It's correct.
Well, I like that a lot because all I do is bug people, telling people not to dump the chart. Be nice. On big projects that have tons of liquidity, you can sell your whole bag and nobody even notices. But on small projects with either a little bit of liquidity or just a big market cap but a not so good liquidity ratio, any big sell is going to dump the chart, and other people are going to be like, "Hey, what's going on there? Why aren't people selling?" And so this over-the-counter way, for you viewers that haven't gone and looked at it, go to awebotoken.com and go over and check it out because it's kind of like an insurance policy to help the chart from just dumping off when a whale wants to sell. Which I'm sitting there speaking for Mara there, I guess, but
no problem.
It's a good thing. But Mara, how does it increase volume? How do you think it does that?
Well, in the part of transactions, it's just that it's like when people are buying and selling, this program, this use case will go and buy on the market, sell and buy on the market again. So it will generate the volume, but will maintain the prices on the same. So that's how it will not dump, but generate volume. And if you see there is also another option on the menu of the DApp that we have a customized swap that during the next weeks, we plan to be integrating new base projects there. It's not a multi-chain swap, but it will be a swap for the base. And people will be able to swap the tokens from base. Also,
there we go.
There it is. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
so
now there's room to bring you back. Yes, we can, Dean. Go ahead.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I was going to say that actually the whole thing is something that we plan on offering to other projects as a whitelisted feature. So if you don't know what a whitelist is, it means we have the technology. It's already running. You can just come, get us to help you set it up on your project, and you could actually use our over-the-counter trading and our swap as your own, basically. We would help you with branding, labeling, whatever you need for that product, which is this one, which is the over-the-counter. Did that make sense?
That.
Sorry.
Yep, it does. And the ability to whitelist and have your technology be used by others is a good thing because you can make additional revenue outside your project.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of what our whole focus is right now. We want to be able to whitelist and help out projects on base chain that, they're struggling to, find liquidity. They're struggling for marketing. They're struggling to do this. Well, we want to be able to supply some of these things to help them along the way because we know how hard it is. We've been struggling. We launched over 4 months ago, but we're still struggling, and we know how it is. So that's why we've come up with this plan to help out these other projects that really, are busting their asses just like we are. They just haven't gotten the traction yet.
All right, so you have the technology. One of the things that I see in crypto all the time, especially in tech, is that the people behind it are immersed in the tech. And they don't have a lot of experience in the real world, understanding that ultimately any company, any effort comes down to the sales. And the sales team selling it, whether it's selling your project so people can buy the token and understanding, how the sales mentality and how people buy it and why and what drives them to buy it. And also technology, selling the technology requires someone going out knocking on doors. Like Pedro famously says, I'm a door knocker. He's a guy that goes out and knocks on doors to sell things when he needs to. He sold himself to me. I don't know how he did that, but he got me. And so how do you plan on going about and taking this technology and selling it to tokens, I'm guessing all over base, right?
Yeah, but mostly more than selling to them, this is about partnershiping. Like we talk, we have already a lot of friends on the base, right? It's like, what I can say.
Well, I am actually
Dean, please.
One of those. Oh, sorry, Mayor.
Yeah, go ahead, Dean. I think he's cut out there.
Go there, Dean.
I was going to say I'm one of those door knocker type of people. You see me all over the.
Dean, your connection is bouncing a little bit here. You might have walked a little too far away from your router.
Well, I think, and I'll even
on all these projects. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're just faded out there.
Yeah. I think, I've seen Dean on, yep.
Shoot.
But it's it's going in and out. And let me see if
you've got kids in your house, I think someone's watching too many Netflix streams and eating your bandwidth.
Am I better now?
Oh.
Yeah, I would say you're better now.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there he goes. Goodbye.
So I think here, I'll finish off what he was saying. I've seen Dean in multiple spaces, and I think Dean what he was saying is that idea of a door knocker, by you building a community, by hopping around and letting people know who you are, right? And the more spaces you get on, the more people you get around, right? The more you can actually grow your network. And so I've seen that, and I definitely I notice guys like that are just hustling and really, or grinding it out and bringing people into community, and then from there seeing that community grow. And it's been very self-evident seeing Dean and other different places, and like a door knocker, no is not no. It just maybe means come back later, right? And so
right.
And so it's that simple of just grinding it out. I mean, maybe I'm wrong with what I'm saying there. Maybe you can jump in real quick. And Dean, I think, is he there now?
Dean, are you there, Dean?
Dean, all right, there you are. Go ahead, bud. Hey, there you are. We can hear you there.
A door knocker. I'm one of those people, but a lot of people don't realize that's not my role here. I'm one of the founders of Awebo, but I can very easily go out and sell and market and push this thing, and I do every day. It's just that's not my focus, and that's not anyone's focus on the team. We just pull up our, doesn't matter how we do it, whether it's the sales or the marketing or
Dean, your connection is going red here.
So
hold on a sec. I'm gonna mute Dean here. Sorry about that, Dean. I can see that your connection is all red here.
That out first and foremost.
Mara, why don't you take over for Dean?
Damn it!
Of course, yes. Yes. No problem.
I'll head back to the page with your website on it.
Right. Well, Dean is it's a veteran, on crypto. He has been already on more than 70 projects or something like that in these last 7 years or something like that. And he's all over the internet. He has been working on different chains, and now he has a lot of knowledge and contacts. We are very good friends, so it's very nice to work with him. As he said, he likes to knock doors. He knows everyone, so I think that's what he wanted to say. I also didn't hear very well because it was breaking. I know.
Yeah, I from my studio thing, I can see that his connection is really lousy, and that when that happens, it just all goes to hell here. But anyway, you'd mentioned before you came on the air here that some other things, including central exchange listings and base ecosystem partnerships. Can you tell us about those?
Right. It's like we bring the experience of our last project that we got listed in more than 60 or 70 exchanges between wallets and other stuff, but for free. Since the project was totally decentralized, but the project was good. We pushed a lot on listings. And to this project, we said, okay, we should follow not the same strategy, but to follow the listings, right? Because it's very important for the exposure. There are many great people that today we have in our community that came from those X listings. So it's very good, and we have been making this as some kind of activity for community, because since our project is zero taxes, and we don't have any incomes for paying these listings that normally are expensive, especially on the first tier ones that they cost like Lamborghini for listing there. We make vote to listings, so we invite people to vote. Sometimes you have to deposit money there, but normally then you can withdraw it after the event is done. And after that, Awebo goes listed into these exchanges, and we get some market maker and stuff like that. That regarding the success, it's one of our goals. We have a team of listings as well that are really professional, and they are very objective, much more than me. I love them. And regarding the base ecosystem, is that how can I explain this? Like in base, the energy is totally different. That's what I can say. I have been here many years dealing with this project, and I always see a lot of competence, a lot of fighting between one project or another, with egos behind it. And on base, the values are really clear. People that are the insiders, the developers on base, they say, example, you're shut down and you build, right? And what is happening there is that all the memes and even utility projects and stuff like that, they all talk together on the background, and they say, okay, let's collaborate too, but it should be collaboration, and they meet all each other. That doesn't happen from all the other chains. Like they compete. No, I will not talk to another token. This is my side. In base, everything is interconnected, and I love that energy. That's the way of growing, supporting each other, everyone. We had that too because we are builders. We work here from Monday to Sunday. So we started with ideas of supporting other unique designs. We can make a design. Let's make a song together. We can generate music with our music producer. We can make a clip, or stuff like simple collaborations that in turn make a strong bond between. So that regarding success and the basic of this.
Sorry about that. Your connection was also dropping a little bit. I think the fiber connection going through the ocean from Chile here is a little overloaded here this morning.
Well, the internet here sometimes works perfectly, and sometimes it's garbage. So
yeah,
I'm really sorry.
Dean, I'm gonna drop you off. I think it's your connection that's having the issue. I'm just gonna hang you up for there, and if you could just pop into the comments where you can. Sometimes with this software, that if there's one bad connection, it shit cans the whole thing. I think Dean might be the candidate today. Anyway, all right. So, what's next for Awebo? When you come back and talk to us in 6 months? What is next?
Ooh, Well, what I can say right now is that we're developing more use cases for Awebo that I have always visions about the future of blockchain, so I really want to bring all this good stuff right now. We're gonna make we have a sniper bot that we just released last week. It's a sniper bot that has a lot of more options than the normal one. It's very fast, it's multi-chain. We really hope that people can use it because we made this for them. So to understand how to get better positions on buying, or you can search by yourself. It's in our Telegram, and we invite everyone to test it. Right? You can also get money and from there as a referrals. So that's another option for people to use it or to get money, not directly using it, but sharing it with other people. And we're also planning a marketplace that is a very special one because we wanted to make it like a real world assets, right? So starting that Awebo is a really trendy bird. We want our garment branded there with the Awebo, but of course with partnerships as well. We are really open to make these sellings of products with collaborations as well. And of course, in the part of the real world asset is that the idea we are still cooking it on the background, but the idea is that you can get an NFT from if, for example, you buy a T-shirt and the T-shirt has a code, for example, and you get an NFT from there, or vice versa. So the way of acquiring it's directly from the Web3, and then you receive it, right? So it's like, there are many marketplaces on blockchain, but they don't offer real products. They offer normally blockchain products, right? So we want to evolve it into something like that to make it more real for people, the experience. And well, on the background, we have a lot of developers. We have 4 devs of codes that they are really professional on what they do. So we can mostly create anything that we want. It's just, this is a meme token, right? So we don't have to develop too much things about it, more than create a strong community and to maintain.
But you do have to create a decent website and dApps and memes and NFTs and all that, and you guys can do that. You have that capability in-house with your own team, and that means, since they're your own people, means you don't have to sell your token off to pay a marketing firm to do that for you. So that's a good thing. It's a good thing. You can develop in-house, and not only that, but keep your team involved, keep your community involved, and push your token. Mara, we're coming to the end of the interview here. I want to thank you for coming on here. We look forward to having you on again in a couple of months when you talk to us about how much the project has grown and how the volume has grown, and when you're driving your Lamborghini around the streets of Chile.
Yeah, I'm not interested on fancy cars. But a dream that many people have in this team, they are all very close friends to me, so their dreams are my dreams as well. I work for them for their dreams. And they want a nice house, a house for their families. So we're working hard to get a house, good house for everyone.
That's good. Yeah. I guess I have another question for you, kind of off topic for Awebo, but more on topic for Chile. Recently, you've seen the new president in Argentina come over and change everything up. Said, that's it, out with the old. Yeah, you fired. Everyone's fired. We're going to fix the inflation and that. What has been, and I ask this because I always ask people in different countries how stable coins are being used, especially USDT, USDC, and if they are used in day-to-day life. Like we talk to people in many countries in which they get paid in their salary, immediately put it in stable coins so that it doesn't get inflation wrecked. How's the economy in Chile been?
Well, the economy in Chile is a little better than Argentina, but both are really bad. In South America, we have a lot of socialist inclination here, so it's kind of difficult to have really good economies or not to have inflation, right? But the thing that happened in Argentina was really impacting. I think that they have 0 taxes right now. Milei is very in favor of cryptos, but as a libertarian, he's against the big state, right? So it's not that he's the right or from the left. Of course, he's not from the left, but he doesn't like the state too much big. He likes minarchies, like the state that works in a small version and that mostly focus on security, nothing else. It's like they don't get into business or things like that. There's something that is called empresarios in Spanish, that are the big companies that are directly connected with the infinite money of the state, right? So there was a revolution there, and he said, "You all guys are just like taking." How can I say it? Sorry, my English sometimes it gets really bad. But it's like you are stealing the money from people, you know, and the state is really aggressive on asking you for big, huge taxes, and you have 50% of poverty there, right? So he made big changes, and I really hope that something like that comes to Chile. That's what I can say. You know, in Chile, there's no much advance on crypto. There are any regulation is more advanced than that you have to tribute. Like the 23% of taxes is the same that you have to pay here, but on crypto. So there's nothing really good on here. But what I can say, South America is like a gold mine for crypto. There are many people that there's a huge niche on here that needs to be captured, their attention. There are not many people that are doing the correct job on crypto to South America. So it's also part of our own projections to try to focus South America, to start hablando español. Like los pollos hermanos, bro.
Los pollos hermanos. Sí. It's a reference, for those of you that don't get it, it's a reference to the famous show Breaking Bad, in which one of the main characters, Gus Fring, is a Chilean that moved to the U.S. and is the main drug dealer in the South, in the Arizona, New Mexico area. Such a great show. Anyway, thanks for that information about your country and the economy there. We'll probably ask a lot more questions about that in the future, because we're always looking for good advice in other markets. And also seeing that Pedro's half on the screen now. Don't know what's going on over there. Today's been, as usual, ladies and gentlemen, we try to do too much with the show, and we have a lot of technical glitches. But anyway, Mayor, thank you for joining us. And Dean, thank you for joining us. Sorry we had to punt you off there, but the connection was too unstable. We'll talk to you guys in the future.
Okay, Tom, Pedro, thank you for having us today. Thank you as well. You guys are great. So let's talk in the future. Have a bullish day.
You too.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
As Kimchi Man says, I believe in Latin America is a huge blue ocean. Let's enter the market with Awebo. Awebo! Let's go.
Let's go.
Vámonos!
Man, those guys are such good guys, dude. We definitely need to have them back on with better tech. Dude, my goodness, man. It was like one thing after another, and everything was falling apart. I'm like, what is the deal? Like, I was literally like, what is the deal? What is going on here? So it was one of those I was like, my thing's having issues. For whatever reason, it was all jacked up. And then I'm sitting there trying to fix it off Canada. Off Canada, but
welcome, Mike, Crypto Mike, to the house from Manitoba. What I didn't get a chance to ask Dean was he's from Canada. Everyone knows I spend half my time in Canada. Going there tomorrow.
Yep.
And where in Canada he was from. I don't know if he's made that public or not. But if he's told people where he's from, let me know so I can. If you're listening, let us know. Let us know. Boy, that was a tough one. That one with that quality.
Yeah.
I hate it when that happens. It's totally out of your control. And then I have this pretty smart, sophisticated software here, and so it tries to compensate, for problems like that. But all it really does end up is, as they say, Jesus should know this, robbing Peter to pay Paul. And maybe his beloved too.
Yes, Miss Beloved. All
right,
Mr.
Pedro,
Beloved.
I don't have much time left here. I got to. I've got a number of calls I need to make for the real
Fair
world
enough.
here. I want to talk about the markets real quick here.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, we can jump on here real quick. Let's check out Ethereum. Ethereum is definitely coming down to the area. I was hoping to see a little bit of a push up from this level here, but we're definitely seeing a sell off of that 8-period moving average as it's coming down into this level here. we can definitely take part in this short here as this is moving. And let's check this out here real quick. Let's go into that 15-minute. I would be looking honestly for that retest.
Hold on, one second. I got the Awebo thing is still up there, and it's taking a second to come. There it goes. All right, you're good now.
There we go. I'm gonna take myself off of camera here real quick. Unfortunately, it's just not wanting to be polite today.
Just be working.
Let's try this here, and I'm centered. Okay, there it is. All right. There we go. So as you guys can see here, I'm looking at this 50-period moving average in this higher level simply because this is this level up in here. If we are going to see a pullback, I would expect to see a pullback into this level here. I'm at 30-minute hour mark-ish area. So let's pull.
Welcome, Chuck, coming to us from what the hell's that thing called? X. X.
Yes.
Coming watching us on X today, Dr. Fire Chicken.
Yes. Dr. Fire Chicken.
Thank you for helping with our... oh, no, he's back on YouTube.
Switching back.
Single-handedly doubling our viewership, ladies and gentlemen.
Right there. Look at that. Thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. But what I think it's interesting is that as we're starting to see the market now again putting that next leg down here, we could see Ethereum coming down again. Like I've talked about this for a while. Oh,
it's got that limp dick. Oh my God, it's got the same pattern that I've been complaining about.
Most men complain about that, you know. So and but
that's good. What hold on, I'm gonna make the call. What price is it right now?
Right now it is at 2383.
It's going to 19. Where's 1900 on that map?
1900 is right here.
Yep, that's where it's going, and it's going to be a massive buy opportunity down there.
I'd agree. For me, I'm actually expecting really us to see the lower here first of that 21 down to the 2100, right? Like this is a whole number. It's 2100. We saw a big sell-off here, so I would expect us to see really come down into this level here, down at that 2200 or 2100. Consolidate a little, push up, kind of like what we saw here. Kind of push up, consolidate, drop. We should see that right at this level. And what we will see most likely, and this is something that we bring up, we should see a lot of shorts at this level right here. Right below where this is going to trigger a lot of stops, right? And so those are sell stops, which then we'll see it being absorbed by the institutions as a buy stop or as a buy order, which would push up the market where we get a reverse, right? A pullback and then a drop and continuing down into the 1743 area-ish.
Matt, he's still up there. It's not was good. It should say is good. Matt Rhodes is complimenting seeing your face.
Oh, and thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, it's I know it looks a little bit different, right? You guys have been literally last 2 years just seeing the Moon Rock t-shirt, but now it's live in person. I've actually talked to now multiple people that have literally gone through and said, dude, you need to go live. You need to fully go live.
Get out there. You just, as I say, you got to lay your balls on the table. Just lay them out.
See, here's the thing. I was actually talking to somebody yesterday about that. As like for guy culture, right? Guy culture, like women culture is a lot more sensitive with each other. Whereas guy culture, we are not. It's like the Awebo. Or not the Awebo. It's like the what was the Spartan childhood rearing experience? They call it the
ancient Greeks or the Spartans?
No, yeah, the ancient Greek Spartans. Yeah, they basically had a type of, I'll say in today's world in America, not necessarily maybe in other cultures, but especially here, it feels like, at least with Generation X, you know, baby boomer Generation X, is there's no coddling, right? It's like you get out there and you put your stuff on the table, and if it gets smashed, it gets smashed. And most likely it's going to get smashed. So you better have a high pain tolerance. Well, that's what it was basically been like for me. Just kind of put my face back out here again. Hopefully people aren't dumb. And
Hussein
I'm gonna deal with any other
Saridin
backlash on that.
Awebo.
But
Thanks for
we'll see what
joining us.
happens as
Sorry I
we
pronounced your
move
name wrong.
forward into what we're looking at right now. On the other end here, real quick, I'm also expecting to see, and this is where we're gonna change this here real quick, and I will put this here, and we'll make this just like we have on Bitcoin. Here we go. We'll put that purple, and we'll put this here as a dotted line. So expect to see some type of revert, push back up to drop as we start to move into this level. I also heard quite a few people talk about, and this was the other area, like we talked about it coming back down below this level and pushing back up, right? So you can see here we had a nice little push back up, but BNB is coming down. And so I'm really kind of excited to really see it come down into this 400.
BNB.
Yep.
We haven't talked.
Yeah, BNB, man. I mean, literally, you're right. We haven't talked about this in a minute, but we went over this over on, I think it was it Monday when we went over everything real quick. But we talked about it coming back down to this 43,400 area, touching that 400 period moving average. It's funny, it's the 400-day period moving average that correlates with being 400. So it's kind of cool.
Pedro, on your line here that it's now touching, did you draw the line before it came back down, or did you draw the line after?
No, it was up here. So we saw this. So I believe this was Monday. Yeah, so here's Monday. So when we went live Monday, I said, guys, expect us to come down into this level and see it bounce up. And so this is when I do that line here. And I said to him, look, expect us to come down into this level and see it push back up. So we can actually go into the smaller time frames here. And like I was doing this because this would be a trade for our people, right? And I said, you could go long as it starts to show bullishness once it goes below here to push back up, right? So, and the same thing happened here on Wednesday where we came down below and we saw it rally up into, and I think I talked about it hitting the 200 period moving average here. But this would have been a nice little trade for many of our people. And then right here, it coming back up and pushing back up. Now, this typically fails after the first or second time. You might get a third time after this because, they're still stopping out everybody. But ultimately, if I didn't see a higher high come in, like if this doesn't create a higher high above here, which is what I'm looking for, if it does not, then it's going to follow through with that short, and we should see a sell-off here. So I'm looking for a higher high or in a range bound situation here, I would expect. Now this was right here what I was expecting. So let's go ahead and go right into, we'll make this now into what I want to do. We'll do this one right here with that. But we're coming down, hitting this and pushing back up. If we don't put a higher high into this level up here, which is that 513 area, then expect this to continue down into these lower levels. And again, so one of the things we've talked about is how far is BNB potentially going to go. Like I said, I like these lower levels down here, and potential if this thing really starts to catch some legs down here as we're running down here. Expect to see us come down into that 369 to the 556 area. This would be a nice little area for a good buy-in as we create the next leg down. So be ready for that, guys. The other one, ADA, we talked about ADA. I like ADA really down at 22 cents. If I can get ADA down at 22 cents again, dude.
So what's 22 cents on the chart? Which line is 22 cents?
It is the second line right here. And I'm expecting that. Honestly, I am expecting it to hit 22, 24 cent area right here. As we're coming down into this level, I would expect the seed to start riding like we saw right here. You see how the 8 right at this level? And let me broaden this out here real quick.
Isn't this updating? There we go.
You can see here, see how the 8 started to really kind of push this down. I'd expect to see the 8 push this down even further. So that's what we're looking to see, is the 8 basically push this down into these lower levels here. So I'm excited about that.
I think it's going to go down as well, but I forget when. Oh, there's a Cybertruck right out my window, and it already looks a mess. But anyway, they have their annual kind of conference about the same time that Solana does. Solana's having their breakthrough conference in Singapore in, I don't know, a month or so. It's not during Token 49, it's after it. But both of those projects always pump around the time of their conference because I believe there's such a fervor, like, oh my gosh, there's going to be great new announcements, there's going to be all this great stuff. And so they pump like crazy. And then afterwards, it's, like vaporware. It's like, poof. Where'd it go? And then they come back after that. So I have a feeling we might see a little ADA resurgence when their conference is. I don't know when it is. But Chuck hasn't been very nice to the community. He's been like, hey, we've been developing this for 7 years. Deal with it. And if you watch LinkedIn and stuff, they're getting close. They've hired a lot of people. They've had a lot of jobs out, product managers, product developers, not just the code writers behind the scenes, but people in the whole sales team. And once they're hiring the sales team, that means they need to do what, Pedro?
Sell. Get the product out.
Right. Otherwise, the sales team is a big sinkhole of an expense.
Yeah.
So that means they're going to come out with their new stuff lately. And supposedly it's really good. That's what the insiders are saying. Of course, the insiders at FTX said everything was really good too. So, But anyway, the point is, as I said, we're going to see a lot of volatility in Cardano, I bet. And that's good for traders. So you should sign up for our BitFi link down here and be able to go long, earn on the upside, and earn on the downside by going short.
Shorts,
Had to work that in, huh? That wasn't intentional. I was just going on about ADA, and I'm like, I need to wrap this up. And I'm like, I'll mention BitFi. BitFi, ladies and gentlemen, BitFi.com. Go see them and open up an account. Get 100 free USDT to trade.
Absolutely. As we go into it, let's bring up Shiba Inu because they have that giant. So we talked about the same thing sitting down at this level here. This was back in Monday, which was sitting around here. As we pushed back up, we hit that 8-period moving average. We came down into this area here. I talked about this as a potential trade opportunity for our viewers, where they could get in right below here. And as the market rebounded, you could catch it back up to the 8-period. So this is the Shiba Inu trade that was basically at the 401250-ish area. And you saw as it came down into this level, it springboarded and touched that 8-period moving average. So if any of you guys did take advantage of that, let me know. It'd be cool just to be able to see that you guys took advantage of it. But again, as it hit this 8, it is starting to show weakness again. So we're going to see what happens at this level here. I'm expecting it to be able to just kind of do a very just slow rug down into these lower levels of that.
The SHIB people are going to be angry.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. I mean, I'm a Shibber guy. It was the first coin I ever owned. And I bought it back when it actually bottomed out right here. Where is it at? Where is this? It's 2021.
Welcome to all of our X viewers. I just noticed that we went up to all the way to 11 views on X. So thank you very much for today.
Appreciate it.
And for all of you that didn't tune in on X, go F yourself. They didn't hear that anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I hear you. So I got into SHIB. I mean, and I'm talking, when was that? Let's pull it up here real quick. I'm trying to think. I think I got into it in 2021. 2000, I think so. Where is it? SHIB. Because it was basically the market itself was bottoming out at these levels. And I was sitting there and I was looking at it going, if this does this like this, I'd expect this. Yeah, here it is. It's right here. So let's pull this out here real quick. September. No, it was in summertime.
Well, that's the SHIB chart. What's that? The weekly or monthly?
Yeah, this is the weekly.
Oh, this has got the same I'm done chart.
No,
All the charts that say I'm done do this start okay, then they pump, and then they come down, and then there's a resurgence like, oh, we're back, we're so back, and then the money comes out and it's over.
Well, you don't.
I'm not saying it's 100% chance, right? I'm not saying 100%, but almost all the time. I mean, guys, how many charts have you seen come back from two pumps like this? Almost none, right?
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing. This also, the community is literally millions of people. I mean, that's, and they're doing a lot.
And they all have the same thought. Take my money and run.
Potentially, but also.
Do you still have your money in SHIB?
Yeah, I do.
When did? Oh, it's because you bought it when it was up high. You've DCA'd?
No, bro. I bought literally when it went below right here in June of 2021.
You're telling me you rode it all the way up to the top and didn't sell any?
And I sold
that
some.
That violates all of your rules.
I sold some, but I mean, I made a nice profit up here. But then as we came down to here, so on my show, you can go through and look at this. I talked about us hitting that 8.5 area as we were coming down. And so I literally pointed this out on my show, and I said, expect us to see a retracement down to this demand area. And I literally pointed this out, and this is one of the things when I came on your show, right, in 2023, we came in, we hit this. And then I pointed out this one, or 2022, excuse me. And then right here, I pointed this out. This was one of the, here we go. This was one of the ones we pointed out. And I said, so here's one, here's the other. And sure enough, we hit this zone back here. So I bought in at the 7.7 mark. Remember talking about the 7.7 mark? And then from here, we hit that 500. I didn't buy right here. I actually bought right in here like a couple of days after because I didn't know if it was going to continue.
Thank you, Awebo Token, Mayor and Dean, for joining us.
But the profits that I made from here, I bought here and here. Then we pushed up. I sold a bit over here. But again, I'm looking to buy down at this level, potentially, or the actual middle point right in here, based off what's going to happen in the market. So I'm kind of waiting for a lot of this stuff. I'm also waiting for this area. I really, really like SHIB at that 401, right at this level here.
Good morning, Carmen Crypto, ladies and gentlemen. Carmen Crypto in the house, coming to all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada, home of the original degenerates. That's right. And yes, Carmen, Pedro is camera ready today. We changed it up here this week, following him appearing on camera on the Blockchain Futures Convention. So all is good now. He got a little new tech. Only had a little trouble with it.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's good. Thanks for joining us, Carmen. I really appreciate it.
It's real good to see you. Good to see you. So for a standpoint, like I'm looking at these levels here. I think we marked this level right here as well. Potentially, like where we could see it fall down, and we did. We saw. Oh, that's the one that's on our. Yeah, it's this one right here. So we have this and right here. So then this one right here. Pardon me, Shiba Inu. So this is the one that we've marked, right? So it came down and hit our area, and then the next one we're touching, we're communicating was this one right here, and I marked this out on Monday for a potential small trade for our people. So that was this level right here that we played. Came down into our 1262 area and then pushed back up. Obviously, this one is a little bit different than the other one, but you guys pretty much could capture these trades here. So yes, I'm very much involved in Shiba Inu. Like I said, it was my first coin that I ever bought, literally on Crow. And then I started getting, and even then I wasn't in, because a friend of mine was like, dude, will you sign up for this thing? And I was like, bro, I'm not into crypto. And he's just like, dude, will you just do this for me? You're my friend. And I was like, all right, whatever. And then so I asked him, which coin should I get? And he goes, get Shiba Inu. And then so I got the free whatever. Yeah, exactly. I was like, all right, whatever. It was like for $25, they gave me it. And I think I got it. I think I opened it up in, was it I want to say November, but that doesn't seem right. Maybe, oh yeah, it was May because it was still cold out here. No, it was cold. So then that means it would have been, I'd say maybe May, June. May can have cold. I mean, I got to go back and see. But I remember because I like shorts. I wear shorts a lot. And either slacks or shorts is my thing.
Slacks.
Yeah, like really like nice slacks, like the kind of
slacks.
Oh yeah, dude, this is the best feeling, man. Like the nice slacks with a nice like button-up t-shirt. You just feel good, you know what I'm saying? Drop your hair.
But did you just use the word button-up t-shirt?
Yeah, I like button-up t-shirts, man. I think they're cool. I
don't even think I've ever heard of a button-up t-shirt.
No, not a button-up t-shirt. I'm sorry, button-up dress shirt. That's
a dress shirt. Ah.
Yeah, it's a button-up. But like the ones are really nice ones, like for it costs a couple $100. They're nice, but they feel really good and they last for like 20 years. Those ones. Anyways, the reason I'm saying this. Go ahead.
I sidebar real quick. A buddy of mine that I met while living in Dubai 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Sent me a picture of us drinking 10 years ago to remind me, hey, we met 10 years ago in Dubai. And I literally, every once in a while, you'll see me in a plaid shirt on the show.
Yeah.
Very rarely. It's like when I'm but I realized the picture he sent me 10 years ago, not only was I wearing the same shirt, button-up shirt, I was wearing the same jeans in it that are just shot now. The jeans are done, and I'll only wear them around the house. But the shirt is still perfect. I mean, it's still...
And you paid good money
amazing.
For it, right?
No, I got it as a present.
Oh, they paid good money for it. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I'm a huge proponent. Like clothes, if you buy a good pair of like great slacks, right? It fits well. It may cost you 70, 80, maybe $100. But you'll have it for 20 years. Like real. Or a nice like I've got like maybe 20 plus button-up t-shirts that are like really nice, like not t-shirt, button-up shirts, And
how many of them are out of style? Just waiting for the style to come back.
Well, I was gonna say, dude, I've already gone through two cycles because it goes from like very opaque, almost like mauve colors to then a bright like dark blue or like blood red look, and then it goes back into like maybe I don't know. What do you like, the stripe ones?
Hold on, Pedro. Howard.
What's up?
Howard responded to you. Did you edit your comment?
I am on Wi-Fi now. No, wait. Where is this? Where? Oh, Howard. Holy, yes, I did.
Oh, wow.
What's up?
That's impressive. The chairman of Cantor Fitzgerald, one of the largest investment banks, just liked Pedro's comment.
I was honestly going to delete it because I thought maybe it was too personal. And my gut said,
I think
no.
That's why I'm guessing he's got a minion that runs the account. But to Howard Lutnick, thank you very much for acknowledging my good friend here, Pedro Garcia. I'll read you Pedro's post. Howard had posted, as we all know, it's coming up to 9/11 here in the US. It's awfully close here. And Howard posted on his account on LinkedIn, said, 9/11 took my brother Gary, my best friend Doug, and 658 of my friends and colleagues from Cantor Fitzgerald. Rebuilding my soul and my firm has helped define my passion for life, for loving my family, and for working at this amazing company. Thank you. Thank you to Tim and Troy for having me on the Nothing Left Unsaid podcast. It is my story. I'm going to go listen to that, by the way. But anyway, Pedro wrote in his thread, yesterday my friend Tom Hurley, if you listened yesterday, I told this story, shared your story with me. His father, my father, was acquainted with a gentleman that worked there named Chuck Zion, and Chuck I thought about maybe I was going to get a job at Cantor, and I took another one in the armored vehicle industry. I was going to recommend Tom for a position in your company. However, circumstances changed, and this was before the tragic events of 9/11. Hearing your story deeply moved me. The pain of losing a close friend prematurely is something I can relate to, and for that, you have my deepest sympathies. It is impressive to witness the growth of your company and your innovative contributions to the cryptocurrency market through Tether. Wishing you continued success and many blessings. Warm regards, Pedro. And Howard liked it. One of the most powerful men in all of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Liked our dear Pedro's LinkedIn post.
You probably, you know, I just see people. I think people are people. I mean, even how powerful they are. You know, if their child falls down, their heart hurts. If, you know, like, it was funny. Jamie Dimon, who's possibly the most powerful man on the face of the earth, no joke, right? His, you know, I'm not going to go into really how powerful he is, but he's sitting there talking trash about crypto, right? And all of a sudden his daughter calls him up and goes, "Dad, I own Bitcoin and I own Tether. What are you doing?" Right? like you're being dumb. Stop. Right? Like, so I, you know, or your best friend can call you up and you could be the most powerful guy on the face of the earth and it'd be like, "You're being an idiot. Stop being dumb." Right? And you'll be like, okay, something's, you know, like, that have that power. And so, like, when you lose like a close friend of yours who's, I just know that pain, right? I've lost a few of them, and or like when a child gets hurt, right, and your heart just stops.
I amazingly have not. Interestingly, I mean, I've lost my grandparents and stuff like that, but I've been very lucky. And a couple of people that I've that have died from like childhood, or from high school or college or something like that, weren't people I was close to. Just like, "Oh, did you hear that Brian died?" I was like, "Which Brian?" You know, and I will say I've been very fortunate.
You really have.
But I'm getting older now, and when you get older, people start dropping like flies.
Yeah, it's real.
I've had people that I've met later in life, you know, as they say, they're expired.
Yeah.
But never the good soulmate type people, and unfortunately, that time will soon be coming here.
I've had quite a few.
Shane Storrs in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Hope Alfie's tuning in on their special television for cats. The one that shoots out laser beams to drive them crazy.
No, man, I think it's just really interesting. So I just figured, you know, he's a human being. When you think back and the people you've loved and you've lost, that it hits hard. So you always, you know, if somebody's vulnerable, respect that, right? Especially if they're pretty powerful people, you know. Don't sit there and I've seen people be stupid, like, "Wow, can you really care about?" And it's like, you don't know what this man been through. And, you know, I'll tell you this quick story. I met a kid. I was Ubering. This was back in 2016 and 17 when I would Uber, so I could understand the market. And so I'd Uber down in Cos Cob and down in Greenwich. And if anybody's familiar with Stanford, which is basically called like small, they call it like little New York now. They're just doing so much stuff. And the reason why I bring this up is I picked this kid up late night, and the guy just basically rolls into my car, and I was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" He goes, "Doing good." And I was like, "Going home alone tonight? Not that good of a night." And he goes, "No, I can any time call anybody to not be alone." And I said, "But you sure seem a little alone though. Like you're you know, your heart's a little downcast. I can see it." And this guy goes, and I was shocked, you know, and I'm one of those guys that, you know, if I see somebody really down, I try to say, "What's going on?" You know, because again, it don't matter who you are. Pain is pain. And nobody knows that pain except for you. And so just be sympathetic. And I end up, the guy gets in my car, long story short, find out he's a trust fund kid, and his mother, respect for Pedro and his positivity. Thanks, bro. Chuck. That's what I'm saying, brother. Thank you. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, I wasn't prepared for that, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't prepared for that. I had turned all that shit off. But let's hit it, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much to Chuck Jansen, single-handedly funding the DYOR Media Network here. Keeping Pedro and I into tequila and booze, or in booze, tequila and beer.
Dude,
Chuck Jansen, thank you very much. We appreciate all of that. As waves, we're going to give you another clap. Yeah, thank you, Chuck Jansen. Ladies and gentlemen, you should all be like Chuck Jansen. You should learn to live your life like Chuck.
Yeah. I'll finish the story here real quick. Basically found out the kid is a trust fund baby, but mom isn't in his life. Parents, he went to boarding schools his whole entire life. Has nobody close to him. And anybody close to the gentleman only wants him for his money. And I was like, oh, Lord, I would hate that. Like, he doesn't have a real friend. And I sat there and so I said, okay, let me ask you something. If you could be impoverished, but you actually have close friends, but you can't go anywhere, you're struggling just to eat, like a lot of people are, would you be okay with that? And the kid goes, I could have real friends, people who love me. He goes, I've never had a Christmas, like a good Christmas. And I was like, oh, dang. So I said, so you don't know somebody's struggle. You don't know what they're going through. They could be the most wealthiest people in the world, but their personal life could just be in shambles and just hurt. So love. Always show kindness, always show love, because you don't know what somebody's going through. Anyways, I'm preaching over.
Shane bridges that into McDonald's McChicken Nuggets, 20-piece, large fry, large Diet Coke. That's our viewers, ladies and gentlemen.
I love our
I'm
viewers.
sure he's referring to the $20 or something like that.
Yeah. I got it. That's what he's saying.
But that was an interesting in the business of speaking. We would call that bridging the topic.
Yes.
And you bridge the story of love into the story of McNuggets.
Dude, good protein, man. Well, would you call that protein? I don't know. We'll see. Is that real chicken? Might be.
Who knows?
It's the mystery chicken.
Shane says it makes me happy. If it makes you happy,
why the bleep are you so sad?
Oh, good Lord.
All right, man.
What are we doing here, Pedro?
I don't even know. I would like this. All right, man. Well, you know what? The market right now, I'm looking for. So a lot of.
Hold on, Pedro. I'm playing the music. I doubt you can hear it. It's time for us to go. We've had our joking around. We've had our good guests of the show today.
Yeah.
We're playing the Manila kick tracks for you to listen to on the way out. We've got about 1 minute and 30 seconds for it. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for Mayor and Dean Toshi coming to us from Awebo Token. Lots of good things to come from them. Once again, we didn't get paid to boost them up or talk about them. We just determined that they are a good group of people. It's up to you to determine if it's a good investment or not, but I suggest you go over and at least check them out. Links to their group are in the body of this. If you're on X, there's no links there. Just click through to wherever you can find them. Awebotoken.com. It's always good to have good people on. Sorry that their connection was crap. We're going to have to get on the horn with the internet peoples in Santiago, Chile. Fix all that up. Kimchi Man says, always great with Tom and Pedro. Glad we entertained you in our little edutainment. Pedro, thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate it. Or joining us, for giving us your expert commentary again. Love to see when that market comes back down and hits those lines. And if you, ladies and gentlemen, want to earn some money when the market's going down, because it goes down as much as it goes up by about 1%. Click this link to BitFi and you too can do it. Yes. Uh-oh. How did we get...
Oh, Full Rant Mania. We forgot to mention yes, we are doing Full Rant tomorrow, and I'm actually bringing on another guy who's going to be coming on. It's going to have a little bit more bells and whistles for Full Rant Friday, and so you guys come on out. We'd love to have you. Tell some people about it. I think we only had 4 people last week, which I don't mind. I'll still show up and do what I
come out and join, Pedro. I'm going to be in the car tomorrow driving to Toronto.
Yeah.
So I might not make it enough, but I'll try to get on as I can. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Who's getting the last comment here today? As the music turns off, I'm a little late. For some reason, we had an echo. Maybe it's just in my ear or not. But anyway, Jesus, the Lord Savior, gets the last comment for, as usual, once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is... Space Cat. Space Cat gets the last comment because he's the last one to join us today. As usual, my name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking, here in the digital media world. So glad to have hosted another episode of the show. On behalf of Pedro and I, you guys have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow for Full Rant Friday.
Friday.
Be there, bitches.